Hi and welcome back to the channel for part 11 of this build of the rifle models late production Tiger 1. I'd like to start off by saying a huge thank you to all of my subscribers, new and existing. And I'd also like to give one of my subscribers a shout out, Mikhail Ermakov. Sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly, but thank you very much for pointing out two mistakes I've made on this model. One has now been corrected, the other one unfortunately I cannot correct. And if we look at the model, as you can see there are two. This is the Academy Tiger and this is the Rifle Tiger. I will move this to the side for now on. This is where Mikhail pointed out a big mistake that I made, and it's regarding the underfloor stowage bins. As you may know, I corrected the right one, the one on the right hand side. However, Mikhail told me that it should actually be the left one that I should have corrected. The right hand one was used for ammo stowage, while the left hand one was used for stowage of the crew's belongings. Unfortunately, I don't have any plastic cards, so I will not be able to correct it, even though I may want, but it is what it is. The second mistake I have made that Mikhail pointed out was the color of the fire extinguisher, which has now been repainted from a bright red to a grayish color, which is more correct. So thank you very much, Mikhail, for pointing those things out to me. So I just wanted to show some of the progress I have made on the Academy Tiger. For those of you who might be interested, I've said before that I'm making a rifle or an Academy Tiger 1 alongside with the Rifle Tiger 1, and this one is more it's more of a artistical license Tiger 1, let's say that. I have not painted it in what might be the correct colors. I chose to do more of a grayish blue rather than rot brown and creme weiss, but just for fun I thought I'd do a comparison to show the progress for the last 40 years, or over the last 40 years when it comes to modeling and detailing. I think Rifle has done a stunning job and improved quite a fair bit on the Academy Tiger. Not to say that the Academy Tiger is a bad kit, it's actually quite nice, but it's lacking in detail in some parts. As you can see, for instance, you only get one layer of ammunition, but it's quite a good kit and I enjoy building it. I have not come as far with the Academy one as I have done with the Rifle kit, but I just wanted to show that there is progress made in case anyone is wondering. So we put that one to the side now, and we also put these things to the side. I have not done quite enough to continue with the build. I have some painting to do, as you can see. There was a big gap there, but there will be another part covering that space, so no worries there. But I have the machine gun to build the correct instruction sets for that. Last video we finished most of the rear wall. There are still some parts that needs to be glued on, but that will happen in a later video because I don't want to risk breaking small parts off. Also, I will soon be deviating a bit from the instructions and start building a different part. As you can see, we're about to attach the rear wall. We need to build the machine gun, build the front wall of the tiger up. Then, according to the instructions, it's time for the wheels. We build the top. We put a lot of the stuff for the top on. Then we build the gun. I will actually finish this page. These two parts have been installed. I will put these two parts on. I will build up this hatch, and then I will move ahead to build the cannon, which will be most likely the next video. The machine gun, however, needs to be painted in a couple of sections, so that will not happen in this video. I will build it up and then paint it off cam. I have painted this part in white, as you saw. I need to paint this part in black and this part in red before I can continue with this. I will not be gluing, or most likely not be gluing, this part nor this part in place before I paint the camo. I will try to have those parts loose so I can do some changes and whatnot before adding all of the details. This will be the last thing I do to the kit. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I have ordered 3D printed tracks from a Polish company, and they have not arrived yet, but hopefully they will arrive before we have finished this kit. And these rifle tracks I will try to put on the Academy Tiger. So let's get into it. We take this part and we take the rear wall off. I need some CA glue because we have a piece of metal wire that we need to attach to the kit, and we do that first of all. And it's this piece of metal. I had to bend it quite a bit. I think I bent it a bit too much according if you look at instructions, but I used a pair of tweezers with a flat front, and I bent it in 90 degrees angles around that. These should probably not have been as deep as they are, but it is what it is, and it's good enough for me. So let's see if we can get this attached to the hose in the back here. And the way I've done it, it needs to go on like almost like that. Let's see if we can. This is quite fiddly, so let's try to see. This seems to be one of those details that you should do off camera, apparently. Yeah, I will turn the camera off and get back to you once I've managed to either destroy or install this piece. Okay, here we are. Maybe it's not exactly as it's supposed to be, but it is what it is. Sorry for Google trying to interrupt the broadcast, but anyhow, here we are. I managed to get it attached somewhat correctly. So let's continue now with the rear wall. This needs to be pushed into place. Like this. So we start with some glue here. Like that, just to hold it in place. I will leave it like that for a couple of seconds. Oops, that one came off. So I will take a short break here and I'll see you back in a couple of seconds. So let's get into some more building. We have the machine gun to build, and that needs to be done in two parts because of the painting. The main gun, except for the gun ammo pouches, needs to be painted in gunmetal, and then this aiming mechanism needs to be painted in dunkelgelb and black. So let's get into it. We have all the parts here. And as you may hear, I have contracted a cold and I'm coughing quite badly, so please excuse me if I start coughing during the video. I will try to edit most of it out, but just so you know, I may have to cough every now and then. So let's get started assembling the machine gun. And I'll try to work on can so I'm not out of picture. It's this tiny piece here. So that's that part. Then, oops, then we have this one and this one. this one. Needs to go. Like that, maybe. Let's try. Put some glue there. But there is something not correct. Now I see. This needs to go like that. It needs to be in contact with these three places. There we go. Then we just need the ammo. To be connected here. Like that. So that's the machine gun part. I paint the machine gun in gunmetal, and I'll use some bronze colors for the ammo. I'll paint the head cover in a black and some red colors for the pistol grips. So next up is the headpiece slash aiming mechanism. So this one and this one. Excuse me for a minute. Apologies for that. I had to go blow my nose. So what do we have here? We have this piece. We have this piece. That should go. This one should go here. I think I may have accidentally removed the tab there. Let's do it like this. We put some glue there. We have this one like that. Then we need this part. Which needs this one. We need to get it somewhat straight. That we wait for the glue to go off, and then we'll try to figure out. Oh, I see now there's a small hole just here, and then it rests on this one, so we get some glue there and there. Like that. There we go. And that's the eyepiece for aiming. And this will eventually go on the machine gun like that. But first I need to paint it to different colors of the parts in different colors, and I'll do that before I assemble the gun, so let's keep those separate for now. So that's that part taken care of. Then we need the front piece. We have this one. Which should be here. So where is my hobby knife here? Let's get rid of the primer to give the glue a chance to work properly. that. Then we have this part that goes here. Oops. Fortunately, I managed to get the glue in an area where we have a different piece covering all of that. So I will have to let the glue set and then do a little bit of repair work. And I also realized that I have forgotten to paint the piece that goes here, so I will have to do that before we can continue. We have the ammo for the machine gun ready to be glued in place once I have painted the machine guns. Then we have the ammo, and we should have one more ammo pouch here, painted and ready to be assembled. And somewhere I have a PE part. Where have my PE gone? Here it is. And this one needs to go on here, but I think I have to, because this part needs to be painted black and this handle needs to be painted red, and currently they are in white, so I can't put that on. Excuse me. So once this glue goes off, I can paint that and put it on. Then we have this rail for the ammo pouches we can install. Let's keep the stuff where you can see it. We have this rail here to bend and glue on. Then we have the 3 ammo pouches to be installed here. The machine gun needs to go in there once it's all been painted. This is a transparent part, so I will not be attaching it yet. I will wait until after I have painted the camouflage on the outside. This part apparently was not part of the original Tiger ones, so I have cut this part off. These have been glued on that, so we skip this for now and move on. J105, 106 I glued on to the rear wall before I installed the rear wall, so they are here and here. They are hard to see, but the fenders and the wheels won't be installed yet. I will wait until I have installed the tracks. And for tracks I ordered these 3D printed ones from Quick Tracks, and they are quite nice. almost done. I have put 90 tracks together. I think we need 96 links eventually, but I have some spare links here that I need to use to close the tracks once they are finished. And I also notice I have 2 broken links here. Unfortunately, I had quite a few links break while I was assembling these, but I figured out a better way of putting them together, let's say. So let's see if we can get a couple of links out, because they do have a link to instructions how to put these together. However, when they say you put them on a hard surface like this, let's put them on the white paper. You put them on the flat like this, you take your tweezers, you put them together like this, and then you press, and what happens is the plastic will break because you put a lot of pressure in a small area, so they will just snap. I then try to use the bottom side of my hobby knife to push them together. Same result, the pieces would snap. So what I then tried, and what worked a lot better, was to take the one piece, hold it at a slight angle like this, and then snap it in like that, then do the next one, move across, do the outer one, like that, and then with a slight pressure of the knife like that. So now I have 2 more connected, and these will eventually go on here. It's much easier if I do it on the correct side. So that one will go on here like that. But like I said, they send 210 links and I need about 190, and I've used roughly 200 to get 90 links. I've used 198 to get 2 tracks of 90, and as you can see here I have 2 broken ones, so I will need to try to replace those. This track I think is all good, the 90 pieces, so these will be painted once they are done. They are quite nice. You should be able to use your hands to push the tracks together, and it should not take more than like 10 to 15 minutes to build one of these tracks, they say. These 2 links took me about 2.5 hours with the 10% failure rate on the links. So that could be, or most likely is, due to operator error. But I will definitely be ordering these links for my next build, which will be the Panther. And the web address is quickwheelstore.com if anyone is interested in some nice 3D printed tracks. So that's that. So all of this will be later. This we can do now, I think, somewhere. we need to add the side skirts. I forgot about that. We can install these, and then we'll give it a, the episode will be close to 1 hour once I've done this, so we do this, and then for the next episode I will have the front panel done, the gun painted and ready for installation. And this should go on fairly easy. There we go, that's in place, so we give that a squeeze. Hopefully without breaking, hopefully without breaking the interior. And then we just do the same on the other side. Like so. There we go. So that's it. It's starting to look more and more like a tiger one. Before I go, last weekend there was a fair here in town. The IPMS Gothenburg had a show called Art in Miniature, which I visited, and there was 2 companies, Alpha Hobby, which is a Swedish hobby chain, and a Czech Republic company, which I don't know the name of. They had 2 stalls there where they were selling stuff, and I went there with the intention of buying Das Werk's 8-ton half-track truck, personnel carrier, and it was available, but I realized it was not what I really wanted to build, so I decided not to build it. And while I was looking, I found border models 88mm flak 36, I think it's called. Sorry. And I was looking at that, but it was a bit on the steep side, and also all the figures had winter camouflage on, so I decided not to buy that. Then I saw the Qatar Spitfire, and I was kind of interested. Excuse me. I was kind of interested to buy that one for a while, but then I found 2 models from Great Wall Hobby that I was looking at. One of them I found, I think it was released by ICM last year in 72nd scale, but I prefer to build 32nd, 48th or 35th scale. So I did not buy it, but I found that one available now in 48th scale. And there was also another model that is really nice, that I was very interested in buying. The second one is quite large when it's finished, and it's a banger of a model, I think, but I had a look on YouTube and I saw the decal sheets for that one, and I almost freaked out because that is a massive amount of work to place the decals on the model. There were several hundreds, I'd say, and I thought it was a bit too much for me to want to do, so I decided to go ahead and buy the second one, the one that was released by ICM last year. I've been thinking about showing the box, but on the other hand I realize this kit might be offensive to some of my viewers, and the last thing I want to do is to offend any of my viewers. So I figured I might show it at the very end of this video with a warning to those who might be offended by this model, that they perhaps should stop watching the video about now. I will post a written warning on the video as well. I will try to type a message in Russian for my Russian viewers. Please don't take this the wrong way. It is, like I said, it is not intended to offend you. Please realize this. This is in no way intended to offend any of my viewers. And if you are offended by me showing this model, I apologize sincerely, because, like I said, I have absolutely no intention of offending anyone. So with that said, if you are a Russian viewer and you think you might be offended, please turn off now. And for the rest of you, this is the kit that I bought. It's a Ukrainian MiG-29 Fulcrum, the Ghost of Kiev. This kit I purchased mainly because of the camo, the digital camo, and also I don't want to make it political, but I'm supporting Ukraine. So the unfortunate thing with this kit is that the digital camo came as decals that needs to be put on the model once it's completed. And to me, that is way too much work. So I managed to find a company on eBay that actually sells reusable masks for this camo. So I have ordered a set of masks for this kit, and it won't be built at the moment. I have my tiger to finish, I have my panther to finish, and then I will do this one. So that's it for now. I hope to see everyone back for the next episode of the tiger build in a while. Have a good time until then, and catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.